Dear Misty, how do I get people to like me? There's a shady drag queen in town who hates me and I have no idea why. I've done nothing to her. She's super shady. I've emailed her, they get ignored. I try to talk to her, she shuns me. What do I do? How do I get her to like me? Why do you care? Let me just say this. It's very easy for me to say that because there's actually a girl in Fort Lauderdale that hates me too. Hates me. I know, me. How can anybody hate me? I don't even know why. I think I know why. But it's stupid. I don't know. She hates me. There's a drag queen here in Fort Lauderdale that hates me, and I've done nothing. I think the reason is because she asked me to be her drag mom, and I said no. But I asked one of her friends to be my daughter, and I think that pissed her off, and now she refuses to talk to me. But the funny thing is, she latches herself on to other drag queens in the community, and she's everywhere. I mean, she doesn't work anywhere. Like, nobody will hire her. But she's everywhere. And I've always gone out of my way to be nice to her. In fact, I even gave her a spot in my show on Sunday saying, hey, you know, I see you're really trying. I would love to help you not be your drag mother. Obviously, I already told her no for that. But I would love to help you because all the girls on my show are like my kids. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to help you, blah, 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 blah. And she worked for a long time. And then all of a sudden she just stopped coming, and I guess she got a big head and thought she was amazing. And like, again, I've said in other videos that sometimes the new girls think that they are the best drag queen in the world, and until they realize that they have a lot to learn, that they actually become better. And she's in that stage right now where she thinks she's fierce. She runs with some big name girls, and she thinks she's a big name girl. But long story short, off of my tangent, why do you care? The reality is, I am super nice to her. Every time I see her, I always go up and say hi. And the second I turn around, I hear her whispering and or talking and or pointing fingers. And it kind of does hurt. But the reality is, you can learn a lot more about someone by what they say about others than what they say about themselves. So everyone around her knows what kind of a person she is by what's coming out of her mouth. And the more she has to talk about the South Florida sweetheart, yeah, people don't like that. And I hear a lot. Like, oh, I heard so-and-so saying this about you. It gets back to me so much. And I'm like, thanks for telling me, but I don't care. You know, sticks and stones, blah, blah. But it does hurt, especially when I went out of my way to help her. So I totally know what you're saying. I did nothing to her either except for help her and give her a show. So, but the reality is, I don't care if she likes me. I do care, but I don't care. And there's nothing. I've emailed her too. I've also phone called her. I've even texted her before. And she's just a cunt. Every time I get around her, she's a nasty bitch. And for whatever reason, honestly, I've let it go. I still say hi to her in public because that's who I am. But I'm not going to force her to talk to me. And I don't think you should force her to talk to you either. Whatever reason she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. And if you've been the bigger person, and if you made an effort to show her that, hey, what's going on? I'm nice. You're not. Why? You know, she's losing out. And that's her fault, not yours. Don't beat yourself up. You know, I think a lot of times what people don't realize is that the driving force that makes them do what they do is jealousy. Some people are so extremely jealous they can't breathe. And that causes them to do a lot of shady things. For example, one of my very good friends of past recently moved to Orlando, and she started hanging around a very unique crowd of friends. And they came down to Miami to visit, and came down to a local bar, and hanging out with the local drag queens, and they were giving out, I guess they were doing a round of shots. And I wasn't there, so I don't remember all that. I heard from other people, so I don't know firsthand the details, so I guess I'm sort of gossiping. But one of the new drag queens who worked at this bar was there, and they were all doing shots, and she's like, oh, hey. And the girl's like, oh, yeah, here's your shot, bitch, and gave her a shot glass full of salt. And I guess, like, poured a little tequila in it to make it look like it was a tequila shot, but it was salt. And I guess somebody else who was a drag queen but not in drag was there and was like, "What? Fucking cunt," and ran over and poured out the shot, and was like, "What are you doing? You're an asshole." You know? And it kind of goes back to the theory, like, making fun of other people doesn't make you look like a better person. If I call you fat all day long, it doesn't automatically make me skinny. It just makes me look like a nasty bitch. And again, you can learn a lot about someone by the way they talk about other people. A lot. And you'd be surprised at what you find out about people by what they say about others. It's amazing. There's a lot of negative, nasty people in the world. And it's very sad. But you don't need her to be your friend. If she's a negative, nasty person, you don't need her friendship. Of course, we all want everyone to like us, but you can't please everyone, and you can't win everyone over either. Anyways, that was my Ask Misty, and I hope I answered your question. See you next time.